Well, look at that. Apparently I was wrong. I showed the conditions for this one too. I don't remember if I did it for stage 7, but there you go. As you can see, I didn't really put a lot of conditions in here because there weren't really a whole lot I could work with this particular team because they don't have a whole lot in common. It's 3 different crystal colors, 3 different weapon types. There's not really a whole lot to put there. But I just wanted to use the team because I've missed this team. I've ran this team so much, and they did not disappoint here either. I did notice a difference though, having to leave Setzer in, because normally you kind of just drop the rainbows and then get him out for a friend support with a loaded burst effect, but we don't have that option. So we definitely dragged a little bit more without being able to do that, but it wasn't so bad. One thing I'm curious about though, because I picked the Sap Orb, the way they word it is take brave damage via a debuff, which is a terrible way to word that. Because that could mean anything, taken literally. That could mean like ace traps or something, but that doesn't count. They mean poison or sap. That's what they mean when they say that. However, I do believe that there's a secondary orb condition, because a lot of these stages, like they'll have an orb condition there already, and you're kind of just adding on top of it. I thought at first, in fact, I'm not even entirely sure, but looking at this, I believe the original orb condition stays as well. I think you're just adding more stuff, because if you check this out, normally with this orb for this stage, it would be to have additional attacks inflicted to up the orb, like say COD lasers. So you'll see whenever she blasts him, that orb goes up. However, the points weren't that much for this one. I want to say it was like 55 or something around there, which is kind of low for a Lufenia Plus stage. Normally those are a little higher up. But for me, it worked out better to just kind of pick good teams, pick reliable teams for these stages, and then just load up the earlier stages with more conditions, because the stages weren't as hard anyway, so you could kind of go in a little more restricted and not worry as much. At least that's what I did. The last stage, I want to say, I think it was 84 points. But I don't mean the last video I mean the last stage, like stage 7, I think it was 84. I do not remember what stage 5 was. I think it was in the 70s or something. So regardless, the points were pretty much done, or close to it anyway, so it gave us more freedom for the stages that weren't as difficult. That made more sense to me, is to start with the harder stuff and work your way back. And now I don't seem to be the only one doing that. I think that's kind of just a common strategy to go through these. I will be honest, that is not what I did originally. I went into this like a fool, just kind of spamming stuff all over the place, just seeing what works, because I thought I could just easily clear it out and try it again. I thought I could just wipe the slate clean, but nope. Okay, I'm not going to get on that tangent. I already brought it up in the last video. I'm not going to complain, but yeah, we need a reset button. that should be part of this. I'm not sure if they're going to do this again, but if they do, that should definitely be something that they implement, in my humble opinion. I have really missed Jecht. He's so fun to play. Yeah, press and Jecht slash. Bring back some good memories of some older stages. It was fun getting the squad back together. This moth is tanky as shit though. Like, why did they make this bug so damn beefy, dude? Looking back on this, it may have been a better idea to not bring Setzer, because really the only conditions I'm fulfilling here, if you saw in the beginning, is 1 red crystal for Jecht, 1 green crystal for COD, and 1, I don't know what they call that, like the random unknown weapon or whatever it is. Like the variety type weapon for COD. Setzer is not fulfilling any conditions because because 1, there's no throwing type weapon. That just isn't a condition you can choose from. And we already used the 1 black crystal for Dark Knight Cecil last time. So Setzer is not doing anything to fulfill any of the requirements. He is helping the other 2 hit hard though, like he does. But it might have been a better idea to bring a support character that could have fulfilled more of those conditions, but I just wanted to bring Setzer. I missed him. Sue me. So we are in a good position, at least. This thing is half dead, 45%, not bad. It does seem like he takes a while to die, though. I know I keep saying that. But it does get to a point where, I mean, he's no threat anymore. None at all. He's just going to get delayed to hell and back and get beat up on. Yeah, if you just want an easy clear, this team will do it. It's not worth a lot of points, but it'll get the stage done pretty easily. I don't remember if I said this last time, but I am not planning on doing videos for all of these stages. I'm just doing the bottom 3, the 3 Lufenia Plus stages. But if anyone wants to ask about the other 2, because there's 5 orbs you gotta use, because there's 2 Lufenia stages also, but I wasn't gonna run through those. I didn't record them and I don't want to run them again. But I'm trying to remember what I even did. What the heck did I even do for those? Wow, I don't even remember what they were. I remember one of them was the monks. Wow, I'm blanking now. What the hell was the other one? Somebody's going to tell me in the comments if I don't remember, but that's going to really bother me. But I do remember for the monks. Oh, no, it was the birds. It was the tier 2 birds, those stupid parrots. Which I gave them the debuff one, the inflict 8 debuffs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one I used for them, is to inflict all the debuffs. And I actually dusted off Vaughn. I used Vaughn for that one, because that's actually one that I'm seeing a lot of people ask, is like, how do I get past killer mode? And the answer is the same as it was back in tier 2. Don't bring any healers. It doesn't matter if they go into killer mode if you're not healing. So just don't bring healers, and just don't let them attack. It's that simple, really. I know that sounds easier said than done, but if what's getting you is killer mode, build a team where killer mode is not an issue. That makes sense, right? So I'm trying to remember what my exact squad was. But I know Vaughn was there. Vaughn was the burst I used, and I don't remember the other 2, damn it. Forgot who else I used. But I didn't let them act, whoever it was. And, yeah, I kind of just bursted them down. Like, I timed it so that... Yeah, because it's basically the same orb as Wave 1 of Tier 6. At least what I gave them was the debuff one, like inflict 4 debuffs at once. So I just hung on to a Ferris Call for when I needed that. And kind of just bursted them down with my burst and summon. It was fine. Because Vaughn is still killing it, dude. I mean, granted that's only a Lufenia stage, not a Lufenia Plus stage, which is to me why it made sense to bring him there. Because Vaughn is out here killing Lufenia Pluses still. So if it's only Lufenia difficulty, Vaughn is going to eat that up, and he definitely did. He also fulfilled a short sword requirement, so that was helpful. For the last stage, I used... why am I getting into the last stage? I'm trying to jump the gun here. We'll see it in a second. We'll see the last stage. So I ain't going to talk about that. Oh, okay, yeah. I brought him for the birds. And then for the monks, I did the... I did something kind of weird. I used the thunder orb, like the do 500,000 damage in thunder orb. I used Zidane green, Lena, because you definitely want debuff prevention for that stage, because those stupid monks, just like the Rude Loss chapter, they'll just randomly debuff you, and it's a really bad debuff where you can't do any damage. So you want ways to avoid that. And I use Lena to avoid it, just with her debuff evasion. So I used Zidane, Lena, and Yang. Yeah, I dusted off Yang. And I gave Lena an Ash Call, so that Zidane and Yang were enchanted with thunder, and it fulfilled the orb condition. Like Zidane was just shredding them. Because there were 3 enemies, and he ain't too bad against 3 targets. Spamming those free energies, it was working out. So that's what I did, and it worked out. And that's all the orbs, really. Which, yeah, by process of elimination, I did the break orb for the last stage, which worked out well. That was one of the trickiest parts about this for me, is trying to figure out which orb would work best for which boss. That was probably the toughest part, I'd say. Because all in all, it's not like the stages themselves are really that difficult. It's more so, are you setting yourself up properly? Because this whole thing is you set up everything. That's just kind of how this works. Okay, you know that was tanky because COD lost her burst effect. That has never happened before. Hell's up with that. But whatever, it's done. Squash them off. Okay, one more after this. And that's that. Curious what you guys did, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.